Yo, what's up guys, it's King Sean here, back with another video, and in today's video, I'll be talking about 2024 free agent tight end targets the Commanders could look out targeting this free agency. So, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 3K subs. If you could hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so first up, we got Dalton Schultz, and Dalton Schultz is probably my favorite free agent tight end target this offseason. Obviously, he played with the Texans this past season and was really good with the Texans this past season. He was a reliable target for C.J. Stroud this past season. He really helped C.J. Stroud out a bunch. This past season with the Texans, obviously he started his career off with the Cowboys for the first 5 seasons of his career. In his first 2 seasons with the Cowboys, 2018, 2019, didn't do a whole lot. And then in 2020, he played in 14 games. He started 14 games, had 63 receptions, 615 yards, and 4 touchdowns. 2021 had his best season of his career, played in 17 games, 78 receptions, 808 yards, 8 touchdowns. And then in 2022, kind of took a dip from his 2021 season, playing 15 games, 57 receptions, had 577 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. Then the tight end market was kind of dead last year, so he did sign a 1-year deal with the Texans, although I think it was relatively cheap. But he definitely lived up to that 1-year deal. He caught, like I said, he started 8 games actually for the Texans. Only 8 games. I'm pretty surprised by that. But he played in 15 of them. He had 59 receptions, 635 yards, 5 touchdowns. So Dalton Schultz was a very good tight end this past season. Probably like a top 15, maybe 10 tight end this past season. He's going to get a nice payday this offseason, probably a 2 to 3 year deal. And he's still pretty young. I'm pretty sure he's 26, 27 years old still. So signing him to like a 2 or 3 year deal would be pretty good. His market value on Spotrac, let me see if I can find it real quick. But I don't think it would cost a whole lot because I'm pretty sure last year he signed a contract with the Texans for like $6 million, and obviously the deal was for 1 year, so it wouldn't be that bad. I don't think his market value per Spotrac is $11.3 million per year, which is not bad, honestly. I mean, I would pay him probably like somewhere between $8 to $11 million per year, maybe $12 million per year, but probably be somewhere between $8 and $11 million per year. Logan Thomas, I think we were paying him like $7 point some million per year, and obviously he was good in 2021, in the games he played, in 2020, but in 2022, 2023, after suffering his ACL tear in 2021, he just wasn't the same this past season and in 2022. So that is obviously why we cut him. So Dalton Schultz, he will be a very solid option for us. Cliff Kingsbury, he would use him to the max, and I feel like he would help. He would be a very reliable target to whatever quarterback we bring in, whether that's through the draft or maybe even free agency. So that's Dalton Schultz. Now on to the next guy. All right, so next up is Noah Fant. And Noah Fant, he was originally drafted by the Broncos, obviously, back in 2019 in the first round. I'm pretty sure he was drafted with pick 20 overall. And he's just never lived up to the hype, really. I mean, he spent his first 3 seasons with the Broncos, then got traded to the Seahawks in 2022 as a part of the Russell Wilson trade, that blockbuster trade. The Broncos are probably going to release Russell Wilson this offseason, before free agency starts or when the new league year starts. So we'll see about that. But Noah Fant, he's been pretty solid these past 2 years for the Seahawks. I mean, 2022, he played in all 17 games, had 50 receptions for 486 yards, almost 500 yards, 4 tutties. Not amazing, but not bad at all. This past season, I feel like he had a better 2023 season than 2022 season. He played in 17 games, had 32 receptions, 414 yards, but no touchdowns. But like I said, I feel like he definitely impressed a bit more this past season than in his 2022 season. In 2019 with the Broncos, he had 40 receptions for 562 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2020, 673 yards, 3 touchdowns on 62 receptions. And in 2021, 670 yards, 4 touchdowns on 68 receptions. So Noah Fant, he definitely has good potential. He has great potential, actually. He just needs that potential to be unlocked. He needs to be utilized more, in my opinion. He definitely showed promise towards the end of the season, really, for the Seahawks, which is what caught my eye in him being a big free agent target at tight end for the Washington Commanders this offseason. So Noah Fant, like I said, Love his potential. He shouldn't be too expensive. I couldn't find his exact market value on Spotrac, but I'd say he costs maybe around 6 to 8, maybe $9 million per year. The max I probably give him is $8 million per year in my opinion. Anything more than $8 million per year, I guess I'd be fine with $9 million. But anything over like $8 or $9 million per year, that's a no for me because I feel like that's too expensive. He hasn't done enough throughout his entire career to be worth that amount. So I feel like anywhere between $6 to $8, $9 million per year, I'd be cool with that because Noah Fant, he does have real potential, and I feel like Cliff Kingsbury can unlock that potential to the max. And he's only like 25, 26, so he's still got some years remaining under his belt. So I would like Noah Fant as a free agent signing a lot because he would be relatively cheap and a good replacement to Logan Thomas at our tight end position. All right, so the next guy I got up here is Jonnu Smith, and he was recently released by the Falcons. I want to say like a week ago or even like a couple of days ago, but he was a cap casualty for the Falcons, and he was honestly pretty solid for the Falcons this past season. I mean, before that, he was with the Patriots for 2 seasons. They signed him to like a 4-year deal worth like $50 million. Then they released him after 2 seasons. He signed with the Falcons, or actually, I'm pretty sure he got traded to the Falcons for like a late round pick. In 2020, well, from 2017 to 2020, he was with the Titans. This past season, let's start with this past season first of all, with the Falcons. He was solid, like I said, played in 17 games, started in 6. Obviously, Kyle Pitts was the starter for the Falcons. Had 50 receptions for 582 yards, 3 touchdowns. This was actually his best season of his career statistic-wise. In 2022 with the Patriots, played in 14 games, had 27 receptions for 245 yards, no touchdowns. 2021, played in 16 games, had 28 receptions, 294 yards, and 1 touchdown. In 2020, with the Titans, he played in 15 games, 41 receptions, 448 yards, 8 touchdowns. That was a really good season for him. As well as the 2019 season where he played in all 16 games again, 35 receptions for 439 yards, 3 tutties, and in 2018, 13 games played, 20 receptions, 258 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He didn't play much in his 2017 season, which was his rookie season with the Titans. I remember he had some pretty memorable moments in the playoffs for the Titans. Like, I'm pretty sure he caught a pass from Derrick Henry, and another pass, I want to say it was against the Patriots in the divisional round for the Titans. I want to say in either 2017 or 2018. So he's had some pretty memorable moments, and he's had some really solid games throughout his entire career. He's been solid throughout his entire career. The Patriots did overpay him, in my opinion, in the 2021 offseason, trading him just 2 seasons later. Massive overpay, in my opinion. 4 years, $50 million, $12.5 million per year. That's a no-no. But I would love Jonnu Smith on this team because he would be cheap like Noah Fant. He would cost like somewhere between 5 to 8, maybe $9 million per year, similar to Noah Fant's estimated market value, although Spotrac doesn't have his or Jonnu Smith's estimated market value. My estimate would probably be somewhere between 5 to 8 to $9 million per year, which we could definitely afford. And Jonnu Smith, he still is only 28 years old. I think he's turned 29 once the season starts, but he's only 28, still relatively young. So like signing into like a 2, maybe 3-year deal. 3 years is my max, but 2 years will be a good, deal with him. That would be a pretty good because once his contract's up, he will be 30 years old, and we've already gotten the most out of him. So Jonnu Smith, he would be a very solid option. The way the Falcons utilized him and Kyle Pitts last year was pretty weird. They didn't play Kyle. They just didn't get the ball to Kyle Pitts a whole lot. It seems like they used Jonnu Smith more than Kyle Pitts, but still, Jonnu Smith, very solid tight end. You can use him in the run game, and the pass game. Obviously, he's a solid blocker as well. So he's pretty good all around. He just needs to be given a greater chance because in 2021, the Patriots signed Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith to massive deals. So they couldn't use both tight ends because they signed both of them to tight end one money. So they couldn't really use both of them. So it was a bit confusing. So that's why he didn't really get a major opportunity with the Patriots in 2021 and 2022. So Jonnu Smith, he would be an excellent free agent tight end target for the Commanders. Hunter Henry's the next guy I want to talk about. He started his career off pretty well. I mean, he's been solid throughout his entire career, first of all. He spent the last 3 seasons with the Patriots. He signed a 3-year deal with the Patriots in the 2021 offseason. He spent his first 5 seasons with the Chargers. He was pretty solid with the Chargers, and everybody was saying in the 2021 offseason, oh, he was going to get big money. He's going to get big money. I've even seen some Commanders fans want him in the 2021 offseason. I mean, including me, to be honest. I wanted us to sign a tight end in 2021, either Jonnu Smith or Hunter Henry, but they both went to the Patriots. So, but Logan Thomas, he played really good in 2020 season, so I guess I didn't mind it too much. Plus, we did extend him before training camp started. In 2016, his rookie season with the Chargers, he was pretty solid, putting up 478 yards, 8 touchdowns. 2017, he put up 579 yards, 4 touchdowns. Didn't play at all in 2018 due to injury. In 2019, had 55 receptions for 652 yards, 5 tutties. 2020, 60 receptions, 613 yards, 4 tutties. 2021 with the Patriots, 50 receptions, 603 yards, 9 touchdowns. And then these past 2 seasons with the Patriots haven't been great. 2022, 509 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then this past season, 2023, 42 receptions, 419 yards, 6 touchdowns. So it has been a bit underwhelming with the Patriots over the past 2 seasons. But this past season with the Patriots, 2023, they did sign Mike Gesicki before the season started to a 1-year deal. He was coming from the Dolphins. I'll be talking about him in a bit. So that is partially the reason as to why his stats didn't look as good. But Hunter Henry, he's still a solid tight end. I mean, the thing about Hunter Henry is, though, he's 30 years old at this point. He's still pretty solid, but he's 30 years old. He's only getting older. Well, I'm sorry, he's not 30 years old, actually. He's going to be 30 years old once the season starts, I'm pretty sure. Right now, he is 29 years old. He'll be 30 once the season starts or during the season. So he's still got some years left in the tank for him. I'd be down to sign him to like a 1 or 2 year deal because obviously we need tight end now after releasing Logan Thomas, which was going to be the expected cut. Even before releasing Logan Thomas, we needed a tight end on this team because Logan Thomas, he was only getting older and older, and we just needed to go the younger route or find another guy. And Hunter Henry, he could be that guy to like a 1 or 2 year deal. Maybe draft a tight end as well. Maybe sign another tight end. We'll see. Spotrac has his market value as $7.5 million per year. That's honestly not bad. Like I said with Jonnu Smith, I would sign him personally to like a $5 to $8, maybe $9 million per year. I feel like $9 million would be my max. Anything over $9 million, maybe even $8 million, anything over $8 million for me is a bit too much. Because like I said, Hunter Henry, he's been solid throughout his entire career. He's just getting older and older, and he really isn't that same guy anymore, but he can still be a very, very solid. He still is a very solid tight end in this league, and he'd be really good. He'd be really good for us for sure. I think Cliff Kingsbury would use him very, very well. He used Zach Ertz very, very well in Arizona, so I have no doubt that Cliff Kingsbury will use Hunter Henry well here in Washington. And then real quick before I get up out of here, want to talk about some other tight ends that are free agents. Gerald Everett, he's 30 years old. He's going to be 30 actually once the season starts. He's pretty solid. I would not mind him at all. He was good with the Seahawks, good with the Chargers, good with the Rams. So he's been good throughout his entire career. So I would not mind bringing him in here at all on like a 1 year, 2 year cheap deal. We also got Mike Gesicki. He is at this point, he's 28 years old. He will be turning 29 once the season starts. So he's another guy that I would not mind bringing him at all. Maybe like a 1 year deal with him, though. I wouldn't really bring him in on like a 2 year deal because at this point he's been solid throughout his entire career too. But I'm just not the biggest fan of Mike Gesicki. And then the last guy I want to talk about is Austin Hooper. At this point in his career, he's been with the Falcons, the Browns, the Raiders, and one other team as well. But most recently, the Raiders. He was solid with the Raiders. He played 53.3% of snaps. But he's going to be 30 once the season starts. I wouldn't mind signing him to like a 1 or 2 year deal. He's still a pretty solid tight end. But he's not my top choice with him. Other guys include Irv Smith, Adam Troutman, Jimmy Graham, Tyler Croft. I'm just reading off names off this list. Tanner Hudson, Anthony Frisker. These are all just role players that I just named. And that is really it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 3K subs. If you could, hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.